This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
So the main agenda of today's demonstration is to give you an overview on advanced ATP, which is the very specific module that was delivered by SAP in S4HANA in both versions, cloud and on-premise. Okay, and main objective, the demo covers on 1809 stuff, and also we included 1909 modifications or innovations. Okay, but the regular classes will be conducted in 1909 S4HANA on-premise system. Okay, so this is the today's agenda. So how ATP got evolved over the past like 10 to 15 years or more than 15 years. So what is an ATP? So what are the key advanced ATP functionalities that were delivered by SAP? I listed here key functionalities: product availability check, which is short name is PAC, and the back order processing, product allocations, alternative based confirmation, release for delivery, supply assignment, segmentation. Okay, so these are the typical functionalities that exist ATP, AATP in S4HANA as of today. Okay, and also I'm going to give you small insight on Fiori apps. So what are the important Fiori apps that are pertaining to advanced ATP? Okay, and what are the new innovations that were delivered just a couple of months ago in 19.1 version, and what is the complete roadmap? So what are the different functionalities were delivered in each version of SAP S4HANA on-premise system? Okay. So if you look at the screen here, initially when SAP was developed, we have basic ATP check in SAP ECC system. Okay. Then later SAP developed APO system. So there the another module name called Global ATP. So which was main focused on availability check, rule-based ATP, report allocations, okay, by integrating the GATP module with production, okay, for component ATP availability check, okay. So then when SAP S4HANA product was developed, then SAP came up with advanced ATP functionality. So which is more flexible and also more user convenient. Okay. So I am using word user convenient in GATP. Most of the configuration should be done by consultants. Okay. But now SAP delivered more Fiori apps which can be used by super users as well. So that may not be a realistic way from the client side, but still possibility is there. If anyone is working in a super user group with more SAP awareness, so they can utilize those Fiori apps. Some of the Fiori apps, not all configurations. Okay. So in S4HANA, along with the AATP, still 1 minute. Sorry. So along with advanced ATP in S4HANA, still basic ATP is available. So that means clients who do not require advanced ATP, still they can proceed with basic ATP. And clients who want to implement advanced ATP, still they need separate license, okay, to use the advanced ATP functionality. Then here the ATP.
Are you sharing anything? We can't see any screen at the moment.
No, I'm sharing the screen. Are you not seeing?
I can't see anything. I was visible earlier on.
I'm able, here I'm able to see the screen.
Just maximize the GoToMeeting. Then click on simple. Vivek, you can't see it, right?
No, I can't.
Who is this? Who can't see the screen?
It was visible earlier on, but now all of a sudden it's gone.
I guess you have minimized the GoToMeeting screen, Vivek. Just maximize it.
It's on maximum. So.
Can you able to see now? Or else just rejoin once. Is it fine now, Vivek? Vivek, hello?
Now I can see. Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead.
Okay. Sorry for the technical trouble. Are you good now, right?
Yeah. So I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm moving to next slide. Okay. The AATP is SAP's next generation order form promising and confirmation solution. Okay. So it is an important and integral part of order fulfillment process. Okay. And you know the main objective of ATP is to provide accurate and reliable order promising dates by considering all our available warehouse stocks or any future receipts. That includes purchase orders or any production orders or planned orders. Okay. Then when it comes to AATP, here I listed out couple of key benefits. Okay, so one is the release for delivery is the new app. I think who worked on APO or GATP. Okay, so they know that this interactive BOP, so where users can adjust the available quantities for the important or high priority orders. Okay. So the release for delivery app also the similar way that works. Users can see the availability situation and they can adjust the confirmation quantities based on the order priorities. Okay. And product allocation check and backend process also included the same way how it works in APO GATP, but the functionalities were more innovative and with more flexibility and the simplest way. Okay. The other important benefit is ATP responds quickly and accurately to the orders and provides the commitments in real time. Okay. And it plans and manages allocations in any shortage situations. So where the demand is high and the supply is less. So in that case, the allocation functionality can be used. And reschedules orders automatically through BOP process. Okay. Reschedules means based on the customer priority or requested delivery date. So whatever criteria that can be used to meet the business requirement. Okay. And makes informed decisions to the change confirmations. So users will understand easily. So how the order confirmations are changing during the reschedules through BOP. Okay. And allows substitution of the delivering plant if inventory is not available in case of default plant, then system will check whether inventory is available in any other plants to confirm the quantities. Okay, to confirm the requested quantities in the sales orders. Okay. And these are the key functionalities that I talked about on the first slide itself: the product availability check, backend processing, product allocations, alternative based confirmations. Okay, so release for delivery. So product allocation or BOP or product availability check, the terminology is similar to APO GATP, but only the alternative based confirmation is the new terminology. The similar functionality in APO GATP is rule based ATP. Okay. So the rule-based ATP can be used for both product, location, and characteristics substitution as well. Okay. So here ABC, the alternative-based confirmation also can be used for product and location substitutions. Okay. And the release for delivery is similar to interactive BOP in APO GATP. Okay. So I think most of the time I will compare these functionalities with the APO GATP so that people will understand easily what is there in APO GATP and what was innovated in advanced ATP. Okay, because APO GATP is replaced by AATP in S4HANA. Okay, and you can see here what are the other benefits as well here. So you can use this functionality in the omni-channel order fulfillment process. So your customer improve the customer service levels. Okay, so manage the shortages, rich user interface. That is the new interface, user interface delivered by SAP called Fiori. Okay. Then product availability check. The main, I told you the main purpose of this to confirm the quantities and the requested delivery dates by considering all our demand and supply. Okay, so your supply elements includes your POs or PRs, production orders or planned orders. Okay, So the ATP check can be carried out in both sales orders as well as stock transport orders. Okay, and also it supports special stocks like name, consignment. Okay, and along with batch management integration. Okay, so that is batch management is required, that is mandatory in most of the industries like CPG or food industries, pharmaceuticals. Okay. So here I listed out again benefits and what is the future scope. Okay. So the main one of the benefit is fast response time during the online ATP check and BOP. Okay. And SAP also keep on innovating these Fiori apps and functionalities, okay, in every S4HANA release. Okay. Then if we come to the BOP, so the main objective of BOP is to confirm the unconfirmed orders, okay, based on available inventory, or to redistribute the confirmed orders or they redistribute available quantities to the different orders. So that means by deconfirming low priority orders and confirming to the high priority orders. Okay, so based on the certain sort criteria. Okay. So the other important innovation in BOP is the BOP strategies. Okay, so here SAP delivered 5 different strategies that can be used during a BOP process. So win, gain, redistribute, fill, and lose, that I can explain in the next slide in detail. Okay, so similar way the filter sort criteria is there in GATP BOP. So but that the way how we should configure filter and sort criteria is completely changed. Okay, so now that filter and sort criteria can be created using Fiori apps. Okay, and supply assignment, which is a short form called ARN. Okay, typically this ARN is a functionality exists in AFS, Operand Footwear Solutions. Okay, but the similar functionality in APO is pegging. Okay, so where the relationship can be established between supply elements and demand elements. Okay, but now SAP brought up that functionality into S4HANA to support every industry. Okay, and that can be enabled through BOP process as well. Okay, and still users can check the BOP monitor to handle the exceptions. Okay, and also it supports both product allocation and alternative based confirmations during BOP. So alternative based confirmations supports in BOP released only in 1909. It does not exist in 1809. Okay. So the main benefits to manage the business priorities and protect customers. Okay, in any case where without losing any high priority customers. Okay, so manage a multi-channel order fulfillment process. Okay, is significantly faster than traditional rescheduling. Okay, so where the orders volumes are high, so I think we saw some performance issues in APO GATP. So those performance issues also will be eliminated in AATP because this runs on HANA database. Okay. So here I put future outlook is BOP to support in ABC, that is released in 1909 now. Okay. So here the main strategies listed out here. Win means confirm as requested. So for example, if a customer requested 100 quantity, okay, so if you use win strategy in BOP, so if 100 is available, then only BOP will run, otherwise BOP will stop it immediately. So that means, so with win strategy, the inventory should be available fully to meet the order requirement. Okay, so again improve if possible. Say for example, the customer requested 50 quantity, but only 30 is available and 30 is confirmed. Okay, But during BOP run, system will check whether additional inventory is available or not to meet remaining 20 quantity. Okay, but if remaining 20 quantity is not available, so still system keeps that 30 quantity remains same in sales order. So that means the existing confirmation will not be deleted. So that's why the statement here, improve if possible. So keep the existing confirmations and gain if possible, or keep existing confirmations remain the same. So redistribute means it might gain or might lose based on the priorities. Okay, so if there are any unconfirmed orders exist for high priority customers, but low priority customers orders got confirmed. Okay, so in that case the inventory will be unconfirmed from the low priority customers and allocate to high priority customers. Okay, so fill means it deletes no, not deletes. Fill means there is no gain. Okay, it keeps the existing confirmation. So the main difference between fill and gain is gain, the new inventory will be considered to confirm, but fill means it will not consider any new additional inventory. Okay. So delete means lose means is a completely deletion. Delete the confirmation from the low priority orders based on the priority, customer priority or whatever priority that can be used. So and, the other functionality is product allocation. Also this functionality, the main objective of this functionality use to protect the inventory by in case of where demand is higher than the supply. Okay, so in that case if customers or clients are not allocating inventory to the customers, so there is a possibility so to consume all inventory by few customers. Okay, so that means in that case the other customers will be impacted. Okay, so in that case the allocation functionality can be used to allocate the certain inventory or quantities to the customers based on the customer region or business area. Okay, or any sales organization or distribution channels. Okay, so that only one customer will not consume all the available inventory. So that way the clients can satisfy all the customers during the order fulfillment process. Okay, so it is more simple and flexible setup when you compare with APO GATP. Okay, so and also it is time dependent assignment to product to plant. I mean allocating the product allocations to product allocation procedure to the product and plant. Okay, so and also possible sequential allocations. Okay, so still Excel download and mass maintenance is possible to upload the product allocation quantities. Okay, and this functionality will support along with product availability check and alternative based confirmations. Okay, here some of the benefits and feature scope are listed out. So improve customer service levels, so and managing the shortage situations effectively in case of where demand is less and demand is more and supply is less. Okay, so protect key customers and products to avoid any penalties or. Okay, so allocation management for stock production. So there is the another new functionality that is coming up in the new releases. Okay. The further analytics means SAP also improving this peer apps with more effectively and efficiently from the user perspective. Then alternative based confirmations, as I told you some time ago, this functionality can be used to check ATP in alternative plants if inventory is not available in the default plant. Okay, so still the product substitution as of 1809, so only location substitution is available, and still that does not support any BOP. But in 1909, so alternative based confirmation for locations can be supported in 1909, as well as product substitution also released in 1909. Okay, because there are some clients who are using already location substitution and port substitution together in APO ATP. Okay, for them, if they want to migrate, the port functionalities should exist in S4HANA before their migration. Okay, so here the determination of the delivering plant with best availability during sales order process. Okay, this functionality also simplified with 2 different Fiori apps. Okay. To maintain alternative controls or substitution strategies. And release for delivery is another app, so where users can use it to check the availability situation and adjust the confirmation quantities from low priority orders to high priority orders. Okay. The main advantage of this functionality is so when user confirm or adjust the quantities, and when they release the order, the delivery also will be created automatically. Okay, so no need to create delivery separately by using new transactions. Okay, I think currently it supports only product availability check. Maybe in the future releases, the product allocation check also will be carried out during the release for delivery option. Okay. Supply assignment, as I told you, this is the existing functionality in AFS earlier, but this functionality exists now in S4HANA to support any industry, including retail. Okay. To assign our supply elements to the demand. Okay, so the similar functionality in APO is the pegging. Okay, so I think whenever I use the supply or demand means our STO or sales orders. Supply means PO, PR, or planned orders or production orders. So this is the screen where you can see the advanced ATP and supply assignment can work together. Okay, but in the BOP Fiori app, SAP delivered an option whether supply assignment is required or it can be enabled or not. If it is enabled, then so whenever you create any sales orders, if there is any available supply elements are there, so both elements will be linked. Then the other important functionality is again segmentation. So this is also existed functionality in AFS. Okay, but the similar functionality in APO is characteristic based ATP. I'm not sure, Vivek, whether you are about characteristic based planning and ATP in GATP. Okay, but again that characteristic based planning or ATP is more complex in APO GATP. Okay, but now SAP delivered or applied the segmentation process for all the industries to replace characteristic based ATP. Okay, so how that functionality works in APO, the characteristic based ATP means to carry out ATP check based on batch characteristics. Okay, if you take any food industry or chemicals or pharmaceutical industry, there like shelf life is most important, country of origin is most important. Okay, so regular ATP check will be carried out based on your product, plant and storage location, or if you enter the batch, system will check the ATP for that batch. Okay, or through automatic determination, but not at the characteristic level. So if someone want to classify the inventory or procurement, okay, or sales process during ATP check based on the batch characteristics, so only characteristic based ATP will support. Okay, so that means if any product is delivering from different countries like Mexico, Canada, and US, okay, still the inventory can be classified at the batch characteristic country of origin level. Okay, So the new functionality in S4HANA is segmentation, and you have two different kind of segmentations: is logical segmentation or physical segmentation. So logical segmentation means any channel or market or sub channel or region. Take any current situation. Okay, so now e-commerce business is growing up. Okay, so definitely there should be some amount of inventory should be allocated for their e-commerce channel. Okay, so now with this segmentation, so directly inventory can be received based on the segment e-commerce. Okay, like e-commerce or regular uh, online orders or any EDI orders. Okay, so you can create different segments and you can allocate the inventory directly based on the segment. Okay, say for example, if you allocate some product X for e-commerce channels 100 quantity. Okay, so whenever the customers are submitting through e-commerce channel, the maximum available quantity is 100. Okay, so that can be maintained at the segmentation level. Okay, and the physical segmentation, I told you it can be any quality measurements or quality certificates in case of chemicals, or country of origin, or customer specific like shelf life. Okay, so in pharmaceutical industry, shelf life is most important. Some customers may demand at least they want product or inventory the remaining shelf life, with the remaining shelf life of like 6 months or 9 months remaining. Okay, so in that case, in the traditional ATP is more difficult to trace it out, to check the ATP based in the shelf life. Okay, if someone want to do that, it is complete custom enhancements. Okay, but in case of segmentation, we can accomplish that functionality with standard functionality. Okay, so same the segmentation is integrated with all our procurement, ATP check during the sales order process, quality management, production planning, inventory. So in one statement, using this functionality, the clients can track their procurement, their inbound logistics, outbound logistics, production, quality management, sales, everything based on different segments. That means different attributes of the product. Okay, so that means inventory can be differentiated based on the different product attributes. So these are the main functionalities. You have to create our characteristics, segmentation strategy, and there are some material master settings so that are required to enable this functionality. Okay, throughout all different areas: procurement, sales, production, quality management, and inventory. So here I list out some of the key Fury apps in case of ATP, schedule deletion of ATP results, release for delivery, adjust supply assignment, okay, configure auto fulfillment responsibilities. BOP, still you can configure our BOP variant segments, schedule and monitoring the BOP runs. Okay, so again, product allocation, you can configure, you can assign the products to the product allocation. Okay, and still you can maintain your product allocation manually or through Excel upload, and still this product allocation can be integrated with IBP as well. Okay, so you know in IBP response there is a functionality called allocation. Okay, so if anybody wants to calculate their allocation quantities based on their demand and supply, so still they can proceed to calculate allocations in IBP. That can allocation quantity can feed to the AATP allocation. Okay, for subsequent ATP, I mean allocation checks in sales order as well as STO. Okay, so you know I think some GATP perspective there are some limitations in STO, but now it is good to go with product allocation in STOs as well along with the sales orders. And alternative based confirmations as of 1809, there are only 2 Fiori apps to maintain alternative control and substitution strategies. Alternative control means is a kind of condition record, similar like where we maintain condition record in rule based ATP in APO. These are the new innovations in 1909. Okay, in product allocations, manage back-order processing, alternative-based confirmations, and release for delivery. So you can see here, earlier I think only as of 1809 in alternative-based confirmations, system will check available inventory for all the plants. It's mandatory. We don't have any control to select to carry out that functionality only in certain plants. Okay, but now that is possible. So you can check the certain plants to carry out alternative-based confirmations. Okay. Product allocation also, I think, is a multi-level product allocation sequence was improved a lot. Okay, so these are the main innovations. As I told you, the regular classes will be conducted in 1901 system only. Okay. So this is the main key roadmap. You can see from 2015 to as of now. So what were delivered in advanced ATP in every release. Okay. I think now after 1909, the ATP is more in very good shape. Okay, for clients, whoever is already using GATP, because till 1809 does not support all the functionalities similar to GATP. Okay, and I mean 2020 maybe ATP integration with transportation scheduling may come. Okay. But again, that is the similar functionality in AP or GTP is transportation scheduling. Okay, so but still that need to be done by SAP. Yeah, so this is about scope of this training. Okay, advanced ATP. So whatever functionalities I explained, so everything can be set up in the system with a realistic way. Okay, to give you the training. Okay. So now you can go ahead with your questions.
Okay, this is Vivek. I don't know whether you in the beginning you introduced yourself with how many projects have you done on AATP? You are a core APO consultant or GATP?
I'm not core APO consultant. I'm core RDCast consultant with APO, GATP, and some of the DP experience.
Okay, so you've done few projects on AATP?
AATP, yes, one.
Okay, and the course, you know, the theory is quite good to read and go through it, which we can. But is your course going to be more from a practical perspective? Like, suppose I'm put on a project after this course, and I should be able to basically do the job which is asked. So would you be able to transfer that kind of a knowledge to us in this course? So
I can transfer the knowledge theoretical way when you ask me from the project perspective. Okay, you know
from
that
project perspective, yes.
Correct. Sometimes some requirements may take more time to find the gap and to find the resolution in the system. Okay.
Yeah, but like I would say like 70 to 80% ready. There might be some client specific which I'm not expecting.
Correct. So I think whatever functionalities there in standard SAP, that we can go through it.
Okay, and also is there certification for this now? I assume there is a certification for AATP.
There is no separate certification in AATP. So as of now, as of 1809, sales certification also, the AATP syllabus is not included.
Okay, so there is no exam basically for this particular.
So I'm certified on 1801 and 1701 in sales as well as IBP as well.
Okay, okay. Also, I have done the IBP certification, but there was only on the SNOP. There was no response or anything like that on there.
I don't know which version, but whatever version I did, it includes DP, I mean demand, supply,
yes,
response,
basic config
SNOP and everything. Correct.
And for functional perspective,
as I mentioned, the AATP can be integrated with the IBP allocation, but still we cannot accomplish that, we don't have IBP system.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we can go through that allocation of functionality in others and STOs within S4HANA system.
Okay. And how long are typical, like from like project wise, how long are they, like 4 months, 5 months from support perspective? How long they last, the project wise duration of?
See, it depends on the requirements, the complexity of the requirement and process, Vivek. Okay. So where I worked on APO, GATP, the characteristic based ATP. Okay. So even to fix 4 gaps, we took 7 weeks time, 7 to 8 weeks time, just to fix 4 gaps. Because we did explicit enhancements. Then we accomplished all those gaps using explicit enhancements. So if we get requirement such a way, it's more difficult to map even AATP also in shorter period.
Okay. Okay. No more questions from my side. One last question. What will be the timings of the classes? Because I see the other 2 people are from US.
That's what I heard. I think I need to check with Naveen. So people are from India, Europe, and the US. So that we need to make it some common time, so which can work for all the people.
Okay. Okay. No more question from my end.
But every session, I'm going to present PPT first, okay, for every function. Then the practical demonstration in the system.
Okay. 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 No more question from my end. Other people can go ahead, please.
Okay. Aarti, Revati, do you have any questions?
They go in on the segmentation, this thing, right? Can they have both physical and logical?
Yes.
Or we have to choose either one of them?
Again, so if you can use at a material level, you can activate the segmentation. Okay. But that segmentation strategy or segmentation situation that can include both the physical and logical components.
Okay, at the article level or the material level, right?
Article level, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So Naveen, do you want to ask any questions, other guy, that Sai or something? Because you said that he is able to hear us. Naveen, are you there?
Yeah, Govind, I'm there.
Yeah.